this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone. Welcome to the tech zone. We on our tech flow, and there's still a global market in case you didn't know. So many guests, we not trying to impress. Just want to pass off the info. You can do the rest. See, there's no escaping tech. It's part of our lives. Keep every individual connected worldwide. But all this innovation is more than entertainment. It's people like you paving a new way every day. So let your imagination run wild with all the things that you dream about. Cause the tech zone is on now with Paul Amadeus Lane. Blah. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
Hello and welcome to this edition of the Tech Zone. I'm your host, Paul Amadeus Lane, the czar of technology. So happy that you decided to join me on this edition of the show. The way we ended last show, we said that we would continue our conversation with Clint Ober, who I call the godfather of earthing. Godfather of earthing. Earthing, yes. There's no F in earth, Paul. There's E-A-R-T-H, earthing. So we're going to finish that conversation coming up later on, segment 2 and 3. But I thought I would start this show off talking about subscription television and kind of like the history behind subscription television and how one streaming service is staying true to the core value. So we're going to talk about that coming up shortly. But we will start the show today with a huge announcement. Talked about it for a number of weeks, and it's finally done. What you can do now is you can download the brand new Tech Zone app on your iOS device. You can do that. What you want to do in the Apple App Store is you want to search Tech Zone Paul Amadeus Lane. There you'll be able to catch up on all the different episodes. You can comment on the shows. You can share it. You can talk about it. And even though I am a huge Android person, I wanted to make sure that we took care of our friends with the iOS devices. We want to make sure of that. Again, go to iOS Store, Apple Store, Paul Amadeus Lane, or Tech Zone Paul Amadeus Lane. And we also got you covered in the Google Play Store. Wanted to make sure I took care of my peeps. So what you want to do is go to Tech Zone Paul Amadeus Lane. You can download it on all your Android devices. And again, if you have the iOS, you can go to Apple iStore, download it on all your iOS devices. Thank you so much for your support. And hopefully this will give you greater access when it comes to the Tech Zone and keeping in contact with me. And one cool feature of the app too is that it has all my contact information, the website, the YouTube channel, I think my social media is there too. If not, you can connect with me via social media from a link there from my website. You can also go to the website too, paulamadeouslane.com, and you can download the apps. If you scroll down to the left corner before you get to the bottom, you see the little buttons there to download the apps. Also, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Betsy Bailey over at willlife.com. Betsy and the crew did a story on me about being a disabled broadcaster, my journey, some of the things that I went through to be able to be on the air with you today, my personal journey. And I encourage everyone to go there and check out the article at Will Life. I believe it's willlife.org. Or if you go to my social media, or go to paulamadeouslane.com, there's a link to the article and about me. But check it out. We'd love to know your thoughts about the article and what you think about about my story. One thing about Betsy made me sound pretty interesting. I'm really not that interesting in real life, but she kind of made me sound pretty incredible. Betsy, Bailey, and the crew over at Will Life, thank you so much for the honor to be featured in your magazine as a disabled broadcaster, as someone who had many challenges to get to where I am at. Thank you for letting me share my story. All right. So what I wanted to do, first off, I want you to watch something out there. Now, if you're listening in your car, you won't be able to watch it. So make sure that you go to the YouTube page and check out the video portion. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, please subscribe to the channel, share this episode, leave a comment, and let me know. Let me know what you think about this. But check out this video right here.
This is On TV, subscription television, Chicago.
Now, how many of us remember On TV? I know in the major cities it rolled out in 1977. I know my good pal at the station, Brett Malik, who is from the Chicago area, I'm sure he remembers On TV. I do too. I was on this earth during that time. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. But one thing about subscription television was that you paid a fee and you're able to watch content, certain movies that might have just gotten out of the theater, certain regional sports, like you were able to get the Bulls home game. I know in Los Angeles, you were able to get the Lakers home game. And after dark, they had some pretty naughty programming. And that's why some parents didn't have it in the house. But the one cool feature about subscription television was that you didn't have any commercials. You watched your content all the way through, and that was it. And some of us may remember this box right here, too. This was the On TV box, little brown box. And again, the cool feature about it was that you paid for your content and didn't have to watch any commercials. But then something happened in 1985. On TV went away. But what happened was a group of, I don't want to call them content creators, but a group of broadcast companies said, well, let's create more, more variety for the consumer out there to watch different content. So that's when you start having, I remember one major cable company was Group WB Cable. Group W Cable, you might remember that, had like over 100 channels and you can watch all this content, all the movies, HBO, you name it. But one drawback when it came to having all those channels was that you started to see commercials, right? I mean, you're already paying for television. So now these different companies said, we're going to make some money now. Even though we're charging the customers money for the content, we're going to make some money and sell some advertisement so that we can make a little more money. Now, here's kind of the interesting thing about that. When we used to watch TV with the rabbit ears, some of you remember that, off-air television with an off-air antenna. We got that for free, right? Those networks would sell advertisement because we were getting the content for free. So it's understandable why they sold ads, to make money, because we're getting the content for free. But then these cable companies, they decided they want to get into the action. They want to make more money. They want to do this, want to do that. And one of the drawbacks that I've always had when it comes to paying for cable, satellite, any form of subscription television is that I'm paying for the service. I don't want to see any commercials. I just don't. I don't want to do that. Maybe I'm wrong. Do you want to see commercials? But we're starting to see a shift now in paid subscription services like streaming content, like Netflix, like Amazon, like Hulu, where I remember when Hulu, the free version came out, understandably, it had commercials because you're getting the content for free. But then when you started paying for I think the $7.99 version, that started having commercials. You're like, wait a minute, I'm paying for this content. Why am I being forced to watch commercials? But there's one company that's staying true to the core value when it comes to subscription television, like it did with On TV, like Select TV, so that we can enjoy the content that we see. And that company is Netflix. Fresh off their Oscar-winning documentary, Icarus, the documentary talking about Russian doping epidemic in sports, Netflix held a press event at their headquarters, their newly 280,000 square foot studio, state-of-the-art studio for members of the media. And yours truly was not there. And CEO Reed Hastings really talked about the state of Netflix. Because we know coming in 2019, Disney is going to launch their own streaming platform. It's going to be a little cheaper than Netflix now. Why is that a problem? All the Marvel content that Netflix has will go away possibly. But what about the original content like Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, The Defenders? Reed talked about how they don't know when Disney begins their streaming platform if Netflix will still continue to make new content when it comes to those shows. But one major announcement that Reed made at the press event that I wasn't there, and if you're from Netflix, listen to this. Can I get on the list next time? Can a brother be in the house for this? I bring my own chair. Was that the $8 billion, as billion with the B, investment in original content. And I really like hearing that original content, because if you look at Icarus, that documentary, do you honestly think that some of these major networks would have showed that documentary? Probably not. They were probably scared of maybe some backlash or something. But the nice thing about what the folks are doing there at Netflix is that they take a chance on this content. This content is great. I mean, think about their shows that they have, the Jessica Jones, the Luke Cages, and the Defenders. Do you honestly think you would have saw that on some of the major networks? Not at all. So Netflix scores a big win, in my opinion. And another area in which they score big, in my opinion, is the fact that Reed Hastings talked about not having commercial content during the show that you're watching, the streaming services. Isn't it frustrating? You're watching something and those ads pop up anywhere. Prime, Amazon Prime does it. Hulu does it. YouTube does it. That's so frustrating. And remember, you're paying for this content. Why do we have to sit and watch commercials? Well, we know the advertisers are now saying that these streaming platforms can make money. Now, I remember a few years back, you couldn't touch, our advertiser wouldn't touch any streaming content companies when it comes to their products. Oh, we're not sure that people are watching. We're going to do traditional television because we got the Nielsen and Arbitron ratings. But then what happened? Analytical data started showing that advertisers can now target specific people by their web search history. So they want to get some of that action. And again, I'm not throwing shade on the advertising industry because I know you got to make your coin. You got to make your change. The problem I have is with the streaming content providers. We're paying for the service, and even satellite providers, even cable providers out there, digital cable, we're paying for it. And some of us paying an arm and leg. Why we got to watch these doggone commercials? That's why I love DVR, because I can. Now, I don't mind watching commercials when it comes to Super Bowl. It's pretty cool. But again, I get it. If you're getting the content for free, we know we have to sit and watch commercials. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. That makes sense. But what Netflix is doing is staying true to the core value. And they're growing by leaps and bounds. I believe the last reports showed that the last quarter, they grew almost 8 million subscribers. Put that against Dish Network and AT&T. They're really changing the game. And Reed, thank you so much for not putting commercials in my content. Huge kudos to you, my friend. But next time, can a brother be at that event? Me and Sean want to be there. Don't we, Sean? Don't we go to Netflix headquarters? Yes, we do. All right. We're going to take our first break right here. When we get back, we're going to finish our conversation about earthing that we talked about on last week's show. Very intriguing information. There's a device out there, technology exists, that allows us to make sure, even though we're not able to go outside, to get the healing benefits of this beautiful planet that we call Earth. All right, we'll be back right after these messages on the Tech Zone. I am Paul Amadeus Lane.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the Tech Zone.